Thank you for tuning into my Feldenkrais channel. Today, we will be doing the awareness through movement lesson, perfecting the self-image. Find a quiet place where you can sit and lie on the floor comfortably and where you have space to move around on the floor. Sit on the floor with your knees opened out and your feet resting on their outside edges in front of you, also called the butterfly position. Place your right hand under your right heel so that your heel rests in the palm of your hand. Keep the thumb together with the fingers. And now take hold of the 4 small toes of your right foot with your left hand, with the thumb passing between the big toe and the one next to it. Raise your right foot with the help of both hands and at the same time push it away from your body. Then pull it toward your head and lower it to its original position. Repeat this action several times. Try to breathe out as you raise the leg. As the foot curves toward the head, move the head forward as if to meet the foot. Continue the movement and do it without strain and without force. See if you can make the movement smooth, more comfortable, and more continuous. Observe what's happening in your chest, your shoulders, and your shoulder blades. Come to rest on your back and notice how you are resting on the floor. Stay resting on your back and make the same butterfly position lying on the back. So draw up your feet with your knees open. Get hold of the right foot the same way as when you were sitting. Both arms in between your knees. Your right hand under the right heel, the thumb with the fingers. And the left hand holding the 4 toes, thumb in between the big toe and the one next to it. Again, use your hands to lift your foot in a smooth movement away from your body in the direction of the ceiling. Now let the path of the foot curve toward the head, meanwhile raising the head as though to meet the foot. And then lower the foot to a comfortable position, bring the head back, and don't let go of the foot. And repeat this movement several times without forcing it. So your hands lift the foot in a smooth movement away from your body, the direction of the ceiling. Then the foot goes toward the head and the head comes toward the foot. Then the head goes back down again and the foot lowers. And see if you can make the movement smooth and comfortable. Make it a light and gentle movement. Observe the changes in the foot's path as you keep doing it, and the various strains in the chest and arms. Now see if you can make these strains less. Rest on your back. Draw your knees up again, and once more grip your right foot with both hands as before. Let your left foot rest easily on the floor. And as you just did, use your both hands to lift your right foot away from your body. Then turn the pelvis to the right until the right thigh touches the floor. The head and the body will also turn to the right. And come back to the center again. And repeat this various times. Lift your right foot away from your body and then turn the pelvis to the right until the right thigh touches the floor, and the head and the body will also turn to the right. And then you come back to the beginning position. Next time, when you've turned to your right and your right thigh touches the floor and your head and body are also turned to the right, as you breathe out, begin to bring the head forward in the direction of the right knee in a large arc close to the floor, and try to come to a sitting position. So both your hands lift your right foot away from your body, then turn the pelvis to the right until the right thigh touches the floor. The head and the body will also turn to the right. And as you breathe out, bend to bring your head forward in the direction of the right knee in a large arc close to the floor, in order to try and bring the body into a sitting position. Try this a few times. Lift your right foot away from your body, turn your pelvis to the right until the right thigh touches the floor. The head and the body will also turn to the right. And as you breathe out in a continuous movement, bend to bring your head forward in the direction of the right knee in a large arc close to the floor. Let your left leg help by rising off the floor, stretching, and then moving back and a little to the left, the knee folding up behind you as you try to sit. And then go back to the floor again. And just try this. Try this a few times. And it's not necessary or important that you succeed straight away. But see if you can do it easily and smoothly. And that it's fun. Leave it and roll to your back. And notice how you are resting on the floor now. Come to sitting, back to the butterfly position. Stretch your arms out between your legs and grip your right foot as before. The right hand under the heel, thumb with fingers, and the left hand gripping the 4 toes and the thumb between the big toe and the one next to it. And raise your foot forward and upward toward your head again and see whether there has been any improvement. Now, without letting go of the right foot, place your left leg behind you on your left with the inside of the foot and the knee on the ground. At the same time, place the right foot on the floor in front of you and let your head sink down forward together with the trunk. Bring it closer to the floor in front of you, in front of the right knee or lower leg. Now start to sway the trunk from left to right in the smallest movements that seem comfortable to you. After a few small movements, increase the swaying motion until you succeed in rolling to the right on the floor until you're lying on your back. Your head will stay close to the floor and your left foot will also rise from the ground. If this movement was fairly comfortable, you will pass through the lying position on your back and find yourself lying almost on your left side. Now push away from the floor with your left foot and begin the movement back to the right. Fold up your body and roll with your head leading and kept close to the ground until it reaches the right knee. If you remember to fold your left leg behind you to the left of your body, you will be certain to reach the sitting position again. Be careful not to straighten up too soon as you reach the sitting position, but try to keep your head and trunk as close to the floor for as long as possible. And repeat this movement various times. Let your head sink forward together with the trunk, in front of the right knee or lower leg. Start to sway the trunk from right to left again. Make this swaying larger. And then again roll to the right until you're lying on your back. Now push away from the floor with your left foot and begin the movement back to the right. Fold up your body and roll with your head leading and kept close to the ground until it reaches the right knee. If you remember to fold your left leg behind you to the left of your body, you will be certain to reach the sitting position again. Rest whenever you need to, or if you don't succeed, do the movement in your imagination first and then try to do it in real. In this way, you can bring the real movement closer to the imaginary movement and get a fuller picture of your self-image. As you keep playing with this movement, make sure your breathing remains quiet and natural. Rest on your back and notice how you are resting on the floor now. One more time. Roll to your side and come to a sitting position. In the butterfly position. Get hold of your right foot as before. Raise it toward your head using both hands and notice if this movement got easier, smoother. Roll to your back again and rest as long as you need. If you want to continue, the next lesson is the same lesson, but then we do everything on the other side and just in our imagination. It will be a shorter lesson, much shorter. And then you can compare what it's like to do the lesson in real time, like in real action, compared to doing the lesson only in your mind's eye. Very interesting. I want to thank you for joining this lesson, and I hope I see you again in the next lesson.